Hey, want to know the dirtiest secret in copywriting? Those copywriting gurus teaching you how to make bank are full of it. Seriously. I'm talking use their course as toilet paper level of BS. Now, before you click away, hear me out. I'm not some jaded pro. I've just started, just like you. 3 weeks ago, my client list was as empty as my freelance bank account. But here's the thing. I just finished week 3 of trying to make my first $1,000 in 1 month, and I'm actually making money. And no, I'm not out buying a yacht or a Lamborghini, but it is legit and it is hard-earned success. So if you're out there pulling your hair out trying to get your first client or just trying to get some consistency, I feel you. I've been there. Honestly, I'm still there, but I'm figuring it out mess by messy steps. So if you want to see what actually works when starting from scratch, stick around. I'm about to show you the reality of my 3rd week in the copywriting trenches. So before we really dive into my 3rd week of copywriting, I just want to do a very quick recap of my first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, I primarily focused on 1, doing high quality outreaches over email. This included me sending the work already done for a piece of ad or landing page or a vision, something along those lines, and sending it to the client as part of my first cold outreach. I did 17 of these and it was pretty rough because I got no clients and actually I got 0 replies from that. But it was a good learning experience, and even though a lot of YouTubers are sharing that this is a great tactic to do, in my experience, it did not work very well. And the other thing that I worked on was high quality, personalized Instagram DMs. And this worked a little bit better. I was able to get some replies, but I didn't get any clients and I didn't even get anybody interested. And I think the reason was simply because with these high quality Instagram DMs, you ask questions about their offer, you act kind of interested in their offer, and they get excited so they reply, which is kind of the point, is you're trying to get engagement, you're trying to get replies, but they end up not being interested in your services because they feel a little bit bait and switched. You're interested in what they have to do, and then you instead are like, hey, let me do some copywriting for you, and they're no longer interested. But towards the middle or end of week 2, I started just doing direct messages on Instagram that were complete copy and paste. The first time that I did that, I sent 20 messages and I got 3 replies, which I was super excited. And I'm really excited to share some more numbers of what I've done over the last week and a half, because I have sent a lot more messages and I have a lot of wins to go over today that I'm really excited about. No, they're nothing massively wild, but it's pretty exciting to me being new to this and for it being my first month. Up until now, I have sent about 400 cold Instagram DMs that are using this copy and paste method. It might be a little bit under, it might be a little bit over. Honestly, I'm really not exactly sure where I'm at on that because I've sent so many. I've gotten to the point where I don't keep exact track of who I've sent them to and who I haven't, but it's around that 400 mark so far. And a pretty massive win is that of the 400 that I've sent out, I've gotten a total of 38 people who have replied to me. So I've gotten about a 10% reply rate in people who are interested in me doing copywriting for them, which I think is a massive win considering the fact that I'm being direct to the point and asking if they want copywriting services from the very beginning. And of the 38 people that have said they are interested, I've only sent about 19 or 20 ad samples. And the reason why is because initially I would wait for them to reply a second time. And what I mean by that is I would send a message, they would reply, I would follow up, and I wouldn't send them the ad sample unless they replied twice. I only did this because I really wanted to get some engagement and commitment before I wrote something for them, because I noticed that some people do ghost me even after I've written the ad for them, which is kind of annoying, honestly. But as of the last couple days, I've stopped doing that, and as long as they reply to me, I send them the ad sample, whether or not they reply again. So hopefully that makes sense up until this point, but I did want to share my biggest win on Instagram. This last week, I got my first close and made my first dollar through all of this mass craziness of doing cold Instagram DMs, tons of outreaches, and I got paid a total of $300 for writing 3 video scripts that are 30 seconds or under, and for 3 pieces of ad copy, and for 3 headlines to go with that ad copy. And you guys, I don't think I can stress how excited I was to get this win. Again, I didn't make $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 on my first client like a lot of copywriting mentors or gurus are saying is very easy and very possible. possible, but I do think that it's important to celebrate these little wins because these little stepping stones is what I believe will help me hit my first $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 a month. And again, I just want to really focus on this channel on being authentic and realistic with you guys because I want you guys to see that this is possible and that you can do it relatively quickly, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme and it does still take a lot of work. But that being said, I still think things are going great and I'm really excited to share more wins that I think are going to be up and coming in the future. For example, I am talking to about 2 to 3 other clients. I can't even remember off the top of my head, but I'm talking to a few people right now who are interested in pricing. They're planning on getting back to me. I don't know if any of them will close, but I am confident that this will work on a consistent basis. And the reason that I say that is because I've actually been helping someone else do the exact same thing that I'm doing, and they've already gotten 2 closes and they have had way less experience than me. They just started copywriting less than 2 months ago and they've already gotten 2 paychecks from it. And the reason that I share that is simply because I'm confident that this works not just for me, but for others, whether you have a lot of experience or whether you're new and you really don't know what you're doing. Anyways, that's enough about Instagram. Let's move on to Upwork. So Upwork really is a pretty amazing platform, you guys. I think that people are oftentimes associating it with cheap clients or cheap work, but I got 2 more clients over the last 8 to 10 days, and one of them was pretty spontaneous and out of nowhere. He messaged me on Upwork, asked to hop on a call. I hopped on a call with him, and he sent me the contract and the offer that day, and I've already started working with him. And so far from Upwork, I have made a total of $620.50, which is mind-blowing to me because I've already almost hit my $1,000 goal. I'm currently at $920.50, and over 50% of that revenue came from Upwork. And you guys, these aren't just little clients on Upwork. I have one that's paying $45 an hour and another one that's paying $65 an hour, and I plan on raising my prices here in the near future. But honestly, even if I stay at $65 an hour, I think that that's more than fair, and I've been super satisfied with it. So I'm really just super excited because I'm $80 short of hitting my $1,000 mark, and I am 99% confident that I will hit that because I already have more work that I need to do for my Upwork clients, and so it's pretty much a done deal. I also want to share really quickly my experience with AI and overall what I've learned, because that is probably the most valuable thing up until this point. Of course, it's awesome making money, but everything that I've learned so far is way more valuable to me because I'm confident that I'm building systems that are going to help me propel my copywriting business to really make $2,000 to $3,000 in the near future. I think the biggest thing is just using Claude. Claude, again, is an AI software that is amazing at writing copy, especially if you know how to prompt it properly. The coolest feature about Claude for me is that you're able to do what's called projects. Projects is a feature in Claude that allows you to store information about different things to be able to reference in the future or whenever you go back into that project for copywriting. For example, when I do copywriting outreaches, I have a project for this, and it allows me to write highly engaged, highly converting, natural, fluid, conversational ads without me having to reprompt and retrain the AI chatbot over and over again. On top of that, for my current clients, I'm able to create new projects for them, and I'm able to store information in those projects for my specific clients about things like their ideal avatar, their offer, and different copywriting tactics that would work well for their specific niche, etc. And so this has allowed me to work significantly more quickly and a lot more efficiently and effectively because I'm not having to start from scratch over and over again when using AI. The AI bot really is kind of training itself over the long run. Every week, it's getting better and better for each of my clients. I'm able to upload better information and make tweaks to the prompts that make it more efficient, which is honestly mind-blowing. So now that I've hyped Claude up enough, I want to transition a little bit to outsourcing. So I'm not going to dive into this too much because outsourcing is something that I think most people should do as they're getting further into the game. However, since I do have a full-time job, I'm already realizing that I'm not going to have the bandwidth or the time to handle that much more clients myself. So I've been trying to hire people like me to duplicate my skill sets so that I can focus on my full-time job while still growing my freelance business. In a nutshell, I'm trying to start my own agency in a way, and I think that I'll be able to grow and scale a lot faster and a lot easier this way. So some examples of things that I've outsourced is, number one, my data scraper. I have somebody who collects all the leads information of people who are running ads on Facebook and Instagram, and she does an amazing job, honestly. She collects about 500 to 1,000 leads per week, and I split this with my current partner, so I end up reaching out to about 250 to 500 per week as of now. There is no way that I could do this by myself if I was doing the outreach and doing the prospecting. It just takes way too much time, especially with this copy paste method that I'm currently doing. And I'm also trying to find people who can do copywriting with Claude so that I can outsource that service, especially for the outreaches. It would be awesome for me if I had the whole system automated where all I had to do was copy and paste messages, but then from there I would have somebody do the ad outreach and I only had to do the closing, because that's really the ultimate goal for me. Hopefully it was helpful to some of you guys, and I'll see you next week.